Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. This is Kim. I'm really glad you're here. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more in depth about what Windows 10 Pro has that Windows 10 Home does not. So it's not really a comparison, but I'm going to show what they both have and then what you can only get with Windows 10 Pro. I got a lot of questions about my other video. People sent me messages asking me all these questions, so I thought I'd answer them with this video. All the information I have compiled here has come from the Microsoft site. If you want clarification on anything that I say, you can look on the Microsoft site for more information, or you can put comments down below and I will try to point you in the right direction. So anyways, before we get started, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And if you find this helpful, please click like. And yeah, anyways, let's get going. So all about Windows 10 Pro, detailed information, and why you want it. I hope by the time I'm done with this video here, you will understand the value in Windows 10 Pro versus Home. And it's only like an extra 60 bucks or something. So anyways, I think it's definitely worth the added cost. Let's go. Okay, do you need Windows 10 Pro? Well, that's up to you to decide. Hopefully I will help you make that decision. Windows 10 protects user identities, devices, and information. This is Windows 10 period, 10 Home, 10 Pro. The information that follows is focused on Windows 10 Professional, but I will also be covering some Windows 10 Home information. I will be listing many of the things that Windows 10 Pro includes that are not part of Windows 10 Home. If they sound like something you'd like, it's definitely worth the upcharge in price. I will also be doing a similar video about Windows 10 Home, so watch for that. Make sure you're subscribed so that you're aware when that video comes out. So this information below is included in all versions of Windows 10. Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro. The digital pen and touch. So if your device is compatible, obviously. You can use digital pen, or if you have a touch screen monitor, then you can use touch. Allows you to take notes, draw, doodle, edit, and create using a digital pen or your finger on a touch or stylus or whatever you use. So this is all part of Windows 10. It's not, you don't have to have a special device to do these things. Your device just has to have that capability. It comes with Microsoft Edge browser. This is the browser that's built especially for Windows 10. It has taken the place of Internet Explorer. And yeah. And Cortana. Cortana is the digital assistant. You can talk to her if you have your mic turned on, or you can type in questions to Cortana. Kind of like Siri is for iPhones, and then, like Alexa for Amazon, etc. Battery saver mode. This is built in and it's part for mobile devices. Obviously your desktop computer isn't going to use this, but if you have a laptop or a tablet, you will. Mobile, so you can link your Android to your computer and access text and photos on your PC. iPhone users has seamless browsing, calendars, and apps that will sync with your computer if you hook them together. And the voice is also included, so you can talk to your computer. You used to have to get some software added on, I can't even think of what it was called. There was one that was really popular that, it was not cheap. It was like $100 or something, which enabled you to dictate to your computer and it would type. But now it's all built in, which is cool. So these are some security features that are included in Windows 10 Pro. The asterisk marked are not included, that's a typo, in Windows 10 Home. So This isn't, so no asterisk, so this is the first batch of them are included in home also. So Windows Hello. So this is a new feature that uses facial recognition, fingerprints, or pins. So it's a fast, secure way to unlock your device without using a password. You're still using something, but you don't necessarily have to remember your password. You do have to remember a PIN, though, if you choose to use a PIN. Device encryption. If you turn on encryption, only authorized users will be able to access your device and your data. This is in all versions of Windows. These are available. Firewall and network protection. Built-in firewall and internet protections that help protect you from viruses, malware, and ransomware. This is all built in. You don't have to get an external program to do this. Internet protection. So Defender Smart Screen helps prevent users from dangerous apps, files, downloads, and websites. Also built in. You just have to turn it on. So here are some more that are also included in Windows 10. So these are all versions of Windows 10. It has this Home and Pro. Parental Controls. Parents can manage screen time, limit access to content, control online purchases when the accounts are connected. So when if your child has a Microsoft account and they sign onto the computer and you have it linked to your Microsoft account signed onto the computer, you can control these things. Secure Boot prevents malicious software applications and unauthorized operating systems from running during the system startup. This is included. Defender Antivirus uses this is a quote from the website. Uses the power of the cloud, wide optics, machine learning, and behavior analysis to protect your devices from emerging sophisticated threats. You know, I use Defender and it works. Knock on wood. You can get external software that will do the same thing. But I have found that Defender works pretty darn good. They have integrated it into Windows pretty seamlessly, and I think it's great. So these features that I'm going to talk about now are not in Windows 10 Home. They are only in Windows 10 Pro. So BitLocker device encryption. I did a whole video on BitLocker if you want to watch that. So you enable and set up BitLocker, and if your device is lost or stolen, BitLocker can put everything on lockdown so no one else can access your data. It basically encrypts it, and there's the dual layer encryption, so you have to have both things in order to unencrypt it. So it's a really great way to protect your data. And I showed in my video how to turn it on, how to use it, etc. Windows Information Protection, WIP. So this helps protect against data leakage. Helps protect enterprise apps and data against accidental data leaks on enterprise-owned devices and any devices employees bring from home without requiring changes to your environment or apps. And then remote desktop. This is a big one. You can connect to a Windows 10 Pro PC from anywhere using your Windows PC, Android, or iOS device. The remote computer needs to have Windows 10 Pro, not the one you're connecting from. But if you can use remote help, remote assistance, I think it's called. You can use that if you need to connect without Pro. But in order to use remote desktop, the remote computer must have Windows 10 Pro. And here's some more that are only in Windows 10 Pro, not in Windows 10 Home. HyperV. Virtualization is a technology that creates a secure operating system within your PC that allows you to run different operating systems, including Linux and older versions of Windows. HyperV is a separate install, but you can get it easily. And if you're looking for it, just down in your search bar, type in HyperV, and you'll see the option to get it and enable it. So if you want virtualization, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what virtualization is, then you probably don't need this. Windows Defender Application Guard. This is basically, they're calling it Edge's security blanket. It's a sandbox for the Edge browser. So it basically, if you turn this on, when you're in Edge, it keeps anything you do online from affecting your computer. I just did a video earlier about Sandbox. You might want to watch that. It has nothing to do with this necessarily, but it'll let you know what the Windows Sandbox does. And here at Sandbox provides a simplified way to launch a self-contained virtual environment. Run questionable apps or websites here first. Close Sandbox and everything you did is gone. Like I said, watch the video I just published. I went into it pretty well, so you should understand what the Sandbox is and why it's cool. So here are some business management and deployment tools that are in Windows 10 only. Pro only, sorry. Kiosk mode. So it's a lockdown mechanism to restrict devices to a single application that runs in full screen or multiple pre-selected applications that show up on start screen, such as tiles on the desktop. So this is they use this for like point of sale. So they only have certain things that the computer can do. They only have like a tile on the front, a few tiles that they can pick from, like the directories and a building lobby, self-service, kiosk at restaurants, self-check-in at airports, etc. So it keeps the back-end stuff secure and only allows access to pre-selected apps that are on the desktop, and you can't get behind there to do anything else. Mobile device management. This is an alternative to traditional PC management. Allows you to manage a variety of devices, PCs, tablets, phones, etc. in a variety of locations. So you enroll all the devices into this management, and then you can manage from one central location. And it helps with keeping everything updated, etc. Here are some more that are in business management and deployment tools in Windows Pro only. Group policy. You can manage your PCs, users, groups, get easy access to network printers and files when using Windows Server. So you can define specific security and network policies for your users and the devices. This is used in companies, obviously. You're not going to use this in your house. And Azure, it's an enterprise state roaming. An additional license is required for this, but allows users a unified experience across their Windows devices and reduces time needed for configuring a new device. This is a cloud computing platform, also for businesses. And Microsoft Store for Business, a spot to manage and distribute apps to Windows 10 devices in volume. There are some changes coming on April 14th, 2021. In order to use the Business Store, you must sign in with your Azure Active Directory account. So you'd have to have that set up prior to using the Microsoft Store for Business. Okay, so here's a couple more that are business and management deployment tools that are in Windows 10 Pro only. Assigned access. Windows 10 Pro devices run different applications depending on the user, so it keeps identities separate and secure. They won't have access to the main desktop, start menu, or any other app, including settings. So if you had a person that all they were going to do all day is inventory and email, then that's all you'd give them access to is this inventory software and email. They can't go on the internet. They can't, go to any other software. Dynamic provisioning, take a new PC out of the box, turn it on, and with minimal time and effort, transform it into a productive organization's device. Now, obviously, you have to have the setup in the background, and there's some time involved in getting this ready, but once you have it set up, you can just use it to set up the new computers as you get them. And Windows Update for Business. Reduce management costs, provide control over update deployments, enable more efficient delivery of updates, allows you to defer feature updates so you can delay them until a time with low usage, or allow you to test the updates prior to deploying. And I think it allows you to delay up to 365 days. I don't suggest doing that, But if there was an update that was breaking something, I've noticed this a lot if somebody has some custom software that they're using and a Windows update could update a driver or something on the computer that makes it so that software no longer works. So you want to be able to uninstall that update and maybe keep it from reinstalling. And that would be a good use for this. So, do you think you want Windows 10 Pro? It's your choice, obviously. Choosing Windows 10 Professional makes sense for people who could use its more advanced features. They keep adding more features that are only included in the Pro version. And the home version is fine, really, if all you're going to do is go on the internet, do some email, maybe watch some YouTube videos, you'll be fine. But if you want to do any advanced things with your computer, you want some advanced security settings, and especially if you're working from home, there's so many people working from home now, you might need remote desktop. You don't have to have Pro on your end to use it, but you'd have to have it on the other end. And Pro just gives you a lot more features and gives you a lot more control over your computer. And the cost difference is not that huge. As of this moment, I looked this up on March 22nd, 2021. The price of each on the Microsoft site is as follows. 10 Home is $139, 10 Pro is $199. So if you're on the fence, I suggest you choose 10 Pro. It gives you some options, things you may not have to use or may not choose to use, but at least you have that option. So anyways, I hope this helped. I hope it cleared up some of the questions. I tried to answer some of the questions that people had asked me. And I'm a proponent of getting 10 Pro. I just think for the extra $60 it's worthwhile. But choose for yourself. And like I said, I got all this information directly from the Microsoft website. So if you want to read more about anything that I talked about, you can look there. Or you can add questions below in the comment section, and I'll try to find the answers for you or point you in the right direction. Thanks so much for listening, and see you next time.